Councillor, I too am delighted to speak on this important matter here this evening. I am aware that last November the Minister met with officials from the National Council for Curriculum and Assessment, NCCA, and asked that they undertake a review of the optional nature of history in the junior cycle. The NCCA decided, as we know, that history be kept optional subject. You, Minister, have decided to go against that recommendation and have chosen instead to assign history as a special course status at junior cycle. So, Mahan Tara. I think it's a wise step. I want to applaud you, Minister, for that decision. But of course, it was your previous government, your colleagues, some of them are here, I think some of you are here, and yourself was here as well. You supported Rory Quinn in his crusade to get rid of it. As you yourself, Minister, previously pointed out, currently 90% of students across all school types chose to study history. This shows a degree of interest and curiosity about the subject that needed to be reflected in the retention of the core status, which thankfully you have kept. There has been much criticism of the idea of making any subject compulsory, including history. I think that criticism has been misguided, and it fails to adequately appreciate the importance of opening children up to the rich historical legacy that we are proud to have in this country. The decision by you, Minister, is a good one. And I think now you need to ensure that sufficient provision is made to support the teaching of the subject in schools in a creative and imaginative way, and to engage children and young people, because there's a huge sea change coming into our curriculum. And I have grandchildren now going to school, and I'm quite horrified by what they're telling me. And I'm quite horrified by the push to get rid of many of the ethoses that we have believed on, and to do with conservatism or Catholic. I mean, this just has to be dealt with some way sensitively and sensibly, and we must have a pushback. And Rory Quinn in his time, Minister Quinn in his time, and his colleagues in the Liberal left, I kept telling them they weren't going to feed the people out there. That's why they got confined into history. They're back here, 7 of them, that they weren't going to feed the people on this Liberal agenda. But that's what they push. And they've left a legacy with officials in here who you've stood up to. And I appreciate you and I applaud that for you, because our history is so vital. We don't know where we come from, how we know where we're going forward to. And I don't want to be backward looking or anything else, but I think we need to have a slowing down of this total push that's going on in education. And I'll be talking to you further about it, and some of the legislation that's coming forward here that's been indicated by George Soros and other people outside our state. It's shameful what's going on. And we're turning ourselves into I don't know what, but it's not a good place.